Township of Howell Planning Board, Thursday, November 3rd, 2022, regular meeting. I hereby declare this meeting of the Howell Township Planning Board to be an open, adequate notice having been given pursuant to the New Jersey Open Public Meeting Act in the following manner. First, on January 7th, 2022, a copy of said notice was mailed to the Asbury Park Press and the Tri-Town News. Second, on January 7th, 2022, a copy of said notice was hand-delivered to the clerk of the Township of Howell. Third, on January 7th, 2022, said notice was posted in the office of the Planning Board and on the bulletin board in the Howell Township Municipal Building, 4567, Route 9, Howell Township, New Jersey. Members of the public will have a chance to ask questions and comments on applications once the chairman opens the hearing up to the members of the public. If you wish to ask questions or comment on an application, you will need to use the raise your hand feature, and we will bring you in the meeting once at a time. You will need to have audio and video capability. You will be sworn in, and you will need to provide your name and address. For anyone calling in, you can press *9 to raise or lower your hand, and *6 to mute and unmute yourself. This meeting is being videotaped for possible future broadcasts on Howell Township TV 77. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Roll call, please.
Mr. Bovai.
He's trying to get in the meeting right now.
Okay. I'm Mr. Bovai.
Here.
Mr. Cristiano.
Here.
Mr. Dorado.
Here.
Mr. Greenfield.
Here.
Mr. Husser.
Here.
Mr. Nicastro is excused and Mr. Seaman is excused. Councilman Bonifich is absent. Mr. Spanville.
Here.
Ms. Talente.
Here.
And Chairman Tannenhouse.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. Okay, can everybody please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence for all of our first responders and our military serving both here and abroad. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Hey, do we have any minutes to approve?
There are no minutes to approve this evening.
Okay, any vouchers?
There are no vouchers.
Correspondence?
I have two things. Mr. Pape, the attorney for case number SP 1104, 96 Industrial Court LLC, sent an email asking that this application, which is on tonight's agenda, be rescheduled to another date, and he will publish a notice for that date.
Okay, thank you. Counselor? You want to inform the public?
Sure. The application just referenced will be heard at a future hearing. There will be new notice sent when that application is scheduled to be heard.
Okay, thank you. Next correspondence.
The board secretary sent out a list of possible meeting dates for 2023, and just take a look at them and send her any comments that you have on the dates that she sent you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is that it?
Yes, that's it.
All right. Resolutions. So which resolution do you want to deal with first? The ordinance number 022-69?
That's fine. I have Village Square at Howell we added.
Okay.
Okay.
That works. You can start with that one. Just read into the record what that resolution is real quick, and then let me know which members are eligible to vote on it.
Brian, I have it if you want me to do it.
You have it? Oh, you have it? Okay,
Yep.
Great.
First resolution is case number SP 852A for Village Square at Howell LLC. It's a resolution granting submission waivers. Eligible voters, Mr. Cristiano, Mr. Dorado, Mr. Greenfield, myself, Mr. Spanville, Ms. Talente, and you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. All right, I'll take a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Cristiano,
Yes.
Mr. Dorado,
Yes.
Mr. Greenfield,
Yes.
Mr. Husser,
Yes.
Mr. Spanville,
Yes.
Ms. Talente,
Yes.
and Chairman Tannenhouse.
Yes.
Resolution approved.
All right, the next resolution, please, Nick.
The next one is case number SP 1106 for 9 North Realty LLC. It's a resolution granting submission waivers. Eligible voters, Mr. Cristiano, Mr. Dorado, Mr. Greenfield, myself, Mr. Spanville, Ms. Talente, and you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make motion.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mr. Cristiano,
Yes.
Mr. Dorado,
Yes.
Mr. Greenfield,
Yes.
Mr. Husser,
Yes.
Mr. Spanville,
Yes.
Ms. Talente,
Yes.
and Chairman Tannenhouse.
Yes.
Resolution approved.
Next resolution, please.
It's case number SD 2995 for Chris Alfaver. It's a resolution granting a 190-day extension of time. Eligible voters, Mr. Bavai, Mr. Cristiano, myself, Mr. Spanville, and Ms. Talente.
Thank you. Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Thank you. Second.
I'll second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Bovai,
Yes.
Mr. Cristiano,
Yes.
Mr. Husser,
Yes.
Mr. Spanville,
Yes.
and Ms. Talente.
Yes.
Resolution approved.
Thank you.
The next one, Brian, is a review of ordinance number O-22-69, a resolution for review of proposed ordinance O-22-69. The eligible voters, Mr. Cristiano, Mr. Dorado, Mr. Greenfield, myself, Mr. Spanville, Ms. Talente, and you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Roll call, please. I'm sorry, no roll call. Make a motion.
I'll make motion.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mr. Cristiano,
Yes.
Mr. Dorado,
Yes.
Mr. Greenfield,
Yes.
Mr. Husser,
Yes.
Mr. Spanville,
Rob, you're on mute.
Yes. Sorry.
Ms. Talente,
Yes.
and Chairman Tannenhouse.
Yes.
Ordinance approved.
Got 2 more, Brian.
Go ahead.
Next one is case number SD-2978F for Edward and Lourdes McNamee. It's a resolution granting a 1-year extension of time. Eligible voters, Mr. Bavai, Mr. Cristiano, myself, Mr. Spanville, Ms. Talente, and you, Mr. Chairman.
I'm going to abstain from that one. I didn't see that one in my email list, so. But I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mr. Bovai,
Yes.
Mr. Cristiano,
Yes.
Mr. Husser,
Yes.
Mr. Spanville,
Yes.
Ms. Talente,
Yes.
approved.
Thank you.
Last one, Brian. For case number SD-2987 for DNR Management LLC. Resolution granting 1-year extension of time. Eligible voters, Mr. Bavai, Mr. Cristiano, myself, Mr. Spanville, and Ms. Talente.
Thank you. I'll entertain a motion, please.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Second. Thanks. Roll call, please.
Mr. Bovai,
Yes.
Mr. Cristiano,
Yes.
Mr. Husser,
Yes.
Mr. Spanville,
Yes.
and Ms. Talente.
Yes.
Approved.
Thank you.
Brian, it's on to you for submission waivers.
Awesome. All right. First submission waiver, case number SP-1096, 3 Puglisi Brothers, Inc., PA Puglisi Egg Farms. Who's attorney for this application?
It's Mr. Rentschler. He's coming in the meeting.
Thank you.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, Mr.
My
Rensler.
name is John Renshaw. I'm an attorney at Sunbrook, Maryland, Licata. We're representing the applicant, Three Puglisi Brothers.
Thank you. Ms. Newman, do you want to be sworn in,
Sure.
please? You are muted.
Sorry, yeah, no, I was trying to unmute. Sorry about that. Ms. Newman, do you swear the testimony you're about to give is true in its entirety?
Yes, I do. Okay, so Mr. Chairman, members of the board, we issued a September 2nd, 2022 review letter. Since that time, 2 of the items have been provided. The only technical waiver that's required is an environmental impact report. But to that end, the applicant did provide a narrative waiver form. So for the purposes of deeming the application complete, I take no exception to the granting of that one waiver for the purposes of completeness.
Great, thank you. Counselor, anything else you'd like to add?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion unless someone on the board has a question. Okay, seeing none, I'll entertain a motion, please.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mr. Bovai,
Yes.
Mr. Cristiano,
Yes.
Mr. Dorado,
Yes.
Mr. Greenfield,
Yes.
Mr. Husser,
Yes.
Mr. Spanville,
Yes.
Ms. Talente,
Yes.
and Chairman Tannenhouse.
Yes.
Approved.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Everyone have a good night.
You too.
No.
Next submission waiver, case number SD-3005, Stanley Doman.
All right. Dennis Galvin here. Is Jeff Carr on the line also? Eileen?
Yes, I'll bring him in the meeting.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I'm Dennis Galvin.
Hey, it's your show, by all means.
Mr. Carr's here, and we're waiting for Laura to tell us what she's got.
Well, you want to put on the record what application you're here for, please?
Yes, the Stanley Doman application. We're amending our site plan. He was previously before the board with another attorney. We're coming back for some adjustments to the plan.
Thank you. Okay, Ms. Newman.
Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is true in its entirety?
I do. Mr. Chairman, members of the board, we have an August 17th, 2022 review letter. The submission waivers are specifically outlined in item 3. As was indicated by the counselor, this is an amended application and it is a minor subdivision. So given those facts, I take no exception to the granting of these waivers for the purposes of deeming the application complete.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Counselor, anything else you'd like to add?
No, we don't really have anything. We're grateful.
Okay, great. Nobody has any, if anybody has any questions, if not, I'll entertain a motion, please.
I'll make the motion.
You want to second it?
I'll second.
There you go. Eileen, pick which one you want to do first. Which one you want to do second?
All right, Mr. Husser and then Mr. Greenfield.
There you go. Thank you, fellas. Roll call, please.
Mr. Bovai,
Yes.
Mr. Cristiano,
Yes.
Mr. Dorado,
Yes.
Mr. Greenfield,
Yes.
Mr. Husser,
Yes.
Mr. Spanville,
Yes.
Ms. Talente,
Yes.
and Chairman Tannenhouse.
Yes.
Okay, approved.
Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
You too. Next submission waiver, right? Or is this, oh, this is an application. Smith Family Properties?
It's an extension of time.
Okay. Case number SP-1041A, Smith Family Properties, LLC.
What, are we making a motion for it, or?
We're just gonna wait for the council to come in.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm bringing Mr. Asiano to the meeting.
Okay, Mr. Accessano.
Yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Frank Accusano appearing for Smith family. I also have Doug Clellan, our engineer, if he's there to be let in, and Bob Smith, who was actually the applicant.
Okay, Bob Smith is coming in the meeting.
There is no Doug in the attendees. Counselor, if you want to get started.
Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an application for an extension of a preliminary and final site plan approval for phases of the development that the approval the board granted back in 2020. We've since been involved with getting permission from the DEP and from MRRSA for what is probably one of the biggest elements of the development, which is the extension of the sewer line. That's been frustrated by, the DEP bureaucracy on the one hand, certainly by COVID, and we're asking the board's permission to extend as outlined in Ms. Newman's letter. We're open for questions. Bob Smith is on. He's the applicant, if there are any.
Thank you. Let's hear from our engineer first.
Sure.
See if anything pops up.
So, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, given that
Do you want to be sworn in one more time?
Oh, sure.
Just to make sure.
Just to make sure.
All right, you didn't forget what we said, right? So I do swear that the testimony you're about to give is true in its entirety.
I do. So, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, the applicant is required to come in and address what has delayed their application. I understand that they've indicated the DEP approvals and the MRRSA sewer approval has caused the delay. They are seeking a 1-year extension, which would take the approval valid through June 18th of 2024. And given that they were barred by outside agency approvals, I take no exception to the request.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Does anybody have any questions? Okay. If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Bovai,
Yes.
Mr. Cristiano,
Yes.
Mr. Dorado,
Yes.
Mr. Greenfield,
Yes.
Mr. Husser,
Yes.
Mr. Spanville,
Yes.
Ms. Talente,
Yes.
and Chairman Town and House.
Yes.
Approved.
Okay.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Have a good night.
Yes, you too.
I believe that is all for the agenda. Is that correct, Eileen?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. Do we have a master plan update, Mr. Babai?
Nope.
Any reason to go into executive session? Emily?
No.
No. Okay. With that being said, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good
Everyone
night,
have a good
everybody.
night. Thank you.
Aye.
Night, everybody. See ya.
Right.